when you've got Ifor Williams jockey wheel, bearing goes, it's very annoying, goes stiff, won't wind up and down, and I'll show you a permanent fix, does away with the bearing, and you should never have problems again. So for this repair you'll need 2 washers, internal measurement, which is the most important one, 17mm internal, and on the outside it's not quite so important, this one 29.5mm, 30mm outside would be fine, but you're going to need 2 of those, internal 17 and external 29 to 30mm. Unwind your jockey wheel completely, take it off the trailer, and 9 times out of 10 you'll find bits of shiny bearing in the top. Let's open it up and see what we find. So find the right size punch for knocking the roll pin out. Get it in the vise. Get that pin out. Get your top off. Keep those 2 washers. And there is what's left of the bearing. Good little clean up and on to the next step. Okay, so get rid of the 2 washers that were part of the bearing, grease up around where the old bearing was, and get yourself 2 tight washers that slide down that shaft that are not bigger than the old bearing race. Nice bit of grease before you put it on. And then, importantly, washer number 2. Without 2 washers, this won't be successful. They're nice and tight to the shaft, and that is it. You're replacing that bearing with 2 very well greased washers. Grease on top as well, and you will probably never have to touch this jockey wheel again. And we'll now slide it back together. Just got another one to do. Just gonna do the same again, knock the pin out. It's always interesting to get them off and see what's left of the bearing, because inevitably there's never very much. And it's always been so frustrating when you've got a perfectly good jockey wheel that you're pretty much throwing away because the bearing, by the time you know it's gone, can't be replaced. Oh, lots of bits of bearing in that one. So I'll just show you. Shame I didn't catch that. It might be on video, but basically out comes bearing races, bearings that have been sat in there causing nothing but trouble. That one can come off, you won't need that. And I'm also just going to give you the dimensions for the washers, which basically the same as that, but 2 washers is all you need. And yeah, fixed. Thanks for watching. As on the last video, most important thing with this repair is lots of grease underneath your first washer, and then between that washer and your second washer. Let's get rid of the bits that shouldn't be in there. Loads and loads of grease, because that's what it's relying on to give you a nice smooth jockey wheel. And while you've got it out, nice bit of grease on your thread before it goes back together. And again, a couple of washers that you took off from here need to go back on. One, two, and then we are ready to go back together. These roll pins can be a little bit fiddly at times. A little bit of grease in there as well. Mind the muck that my screwdriver has picked up. Line it up. Find where you put your hammer. There it is. Lock it in. And another jockey wheel. Repaired. This one's actually a bit bent, but it's still got some use left in it. Ready to go again. Thanks for watching.